Hey guys, how's it going? So, I'm going to bring you a breakdown video of two firearms, both rifles. I'm going to relate this video just as in the aspect of if you're looking for a rifle, you know it's going to be 16-inch barrel, you know it's going to be between an AR-15 and an AK-47, which is the two most popular rifles in America. AK-47 is the most popular rifle in the world. I'm going to try and give you some price points to help you out. And I'm going to try and make it to where people aren't getting ripped off, because I know some people are overpaying on guns. They're getting scalped. We're in the COVID pandemic of 2021, so there's definitely some price scalping and gouging, and just it's not what the gun community should honestly be. We should be helping each other out to try and get new first-time buyers, and just so we can conserve and protect our rights. So starting right now, I'm going to introduce my guns. I got a DD-M4V7. It's a Daniel's Defense AR-15. Pretty simple, 5.56 .223 caliber rifle. And my AK-47, which is a Zestafez Z-Tap. Both are great guns, just to start out with. The AR-15, good price point to stick around, is $850. I would say is a good minimum to be around. Daniel's Defense are a great company. That's what I'm running right here, and they're about $1,800 on the low end. But there's other companies like Bravo Company, Geisley, LWRC. They're all great companies. They all make reliable guns. You can go Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Palmetto State Armory. All great guns also. Those are on the lower spectrum, more around the 800 price point. So the AK-47, I went with the Zestafez Z-Pap, another reliable AK-47. It is a Serbian import. With AK-47s, there are some companies that are American-made that have a bad reputation, and then there's some companies that have a pretty good reputation. There's Palmetto State Armory. You can find AKs for about $900 from them. That's what I paid for my Z-Pap, and they're very reliable. The Zestavezs are kind of hard to find. They're not easy to find. I found it in the middle of the COVID pandemic, and I paid, I want to say, like $900 for it, so it wasn't bad. I'd pay that all day for that gun. So over to the AR-15. I'm going to make this video pretty quick. Got it outfitted with a SIG red dot, came with a foregrip, flashlight, flip-up sights, upgrade trigger. AR-15s, very reliable guns, depending on which ones you get. If you buy a full rifle, not building one, not buying an upper-lower kind of put-together gun, usually you have no problems with them. They're usually pretty reliable. They're direct impingement. They're lightweight, usually around 6 to 7 pounds. In that market, and their recoil is very light because you're shooting a .223 5.56 caliber out of a 16-inch gun, and it has a recoil management system. There's a buffer tube in the back right here that has a spring in it that captures the bolt and then throws it back forward to cycle the next round, because these are semi-automatic firearms. So as it's cycling the round, that spring is capturing and a lot of that kinetic energy that's going back and throwing it back forward. What that's doing is it's saving you a lot of the felt recoil in your shoulder and using that same energy that it's absorbing and putting the bolt back forward, so it ends up being almost no recoil. There's 10-year-old kids who shoot these with no problem. They're not heavy. They're very lightweight guns. They're very good guns overall. It's a great starting rifle. It's a great gun for you to learn with, and it's a great gun just to kind of get up, you know, if you're trying to teach your kid, AR-15s are great guns for kids. They're great guns for trying to teach someone how to shoot, trying to teach them just the kind of, you know, the playing field. So over here we got the AK-47. These are a little bit heavier. They're not as tactile kind of looking, not people, you know, there's not a lot you can really do with these guys as just this one right here. There are some that you can put foregrips, red dots, all that. Usually this is what you see when you get an AK-47, is what you usually see in the movies. This is just wood furniture. It's a Yugoslavian kind of rifle which has the accessory rail that you can attach to the top to get a red dot. I didn't do that. Don't need it. Not really worried about it. I got plenty of tactile rifles. With these, they're standard capacity magazines. Florida, 30 rounds. That's what they should come with. I think if you're running 10-round mags, sorry, but should definitely come with 30 rounds. AR-15's .223 caliber rounds are a 22 caliber bullet. Really good velocity on these are a really good round. People say, oh, they're not deadly. They're not, you know, you got to put 10 rounds in someone to drop them. It's not completely true. There's a very good ballistics on that round. And plus, I mean, you got 30 rounds in one magazine. That should do the job. The AK47 7.62 by 39. Really good ballistics onto this, up to about 400 yards. In a home defense situation, if your home's 400 yards long, you should definitely have security. So, yeah. Once again, running steel Croatian mags for my AK-47. Running P mags, Lancers, USGI mags, whatever I want to run through my AR, they all work. So I definitely say for a first-time buyer, AR-15. Right, just throwing it out there. AR-15s are there's more point of context to say. So you have your red dot. It's a very easy acquisition of the red dot. You're just able to pick it up, shoulder the rifle, get the dot, done. So foregrips are really nice to have, because if you're a little bit more worried about the controllability of a rifle, which these are very controllable, foregrip gives you a little bit more control over the rifle to you're able to manipulate it to what you want. Flashlights are great for home defense, because if you are sleeping, you hear a bump in the night, throw your flashlight on, you're able to light up whatever is out there, whether it be a bear in your house or whether it be someone breaking in. Very good guns to learn with, train with. There's a reason that pretty much every police department uses it. Everyone uses an AR-15. All my guns are semi-automatic. So if you're not familiar with that term, it means that you have to pull the trigger, release the trigger, and then pull again to fire another round. AK-47s are really nice, a little bit heavier. This one, it takes a little bit more to mount a red dot. You have no foregrip, and then with the 30 caliber round, you have a little bit more felt recoil, because there is no recoil management system. So the recoil on this is a little bit more, not uncontrollable. There's 10-year-old kids in the Middle East that shoot these with no problem. The only thing is that with this, it's going to take a little bit more training to get used to. It's going to take a little bit more to understand. Some people talk about going into the aspect of reliability between the rifles. The AKs are very reliable rifles, because they are a piston-driven gun. Pretty much more gases are getting pushed into it and all that. So going into a little deeper than I want to go. But AR-15s, if you get a good brand, $750, $800 price point, most of them should be plenty reliable for you if you're just doing home defense. Now, if you're going into more of a duty rifle, kind of more of wanting to spend more money, yeah, you're probably going to get a more reliable rifle. You're going to, BCM, I want to say there's a couple channels that have done 10,000 rounds on it without cleaning. And no problem, BCMs you can find for about $1,200 to $1,300 right now. We're in, I want to say March of 2021. I don't know what month we're in. But, so this is just my quick breakdown. I'd say first-time buyers, go with the AR-15. If you're a little bit more experienced, you want to learn a new rifle, AK-47s. Great rifles, reliable, ammo's cheap, good rifle to train with. You're not really going to go wrong with either one, as long as you're getting a reputable brand. Do your research. There's plenty of videos out there. So coming from Florida, stay tactical,